Now, since I canceled the y's out up here, I'm going to need to cancel the y's out here. I have a positive 4 here. What do I need right here? A negative 4. Very good. So negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x minus 4y minus 16z equals negative 8. 2x plus 4y minus 2z equals 8. These cancel out. I'm left with negative 6x minus 18z equals 0. Ooh. Alright. Guys, do you see what this is? This is multiples of this up here. You might run into a all real number, no solution. I mean, infinitely many or no solution here. Now I'm going to take these two resulting equations. 3x plus 9z equals 0. Negative 6x minus 18z equals 0. What do y'all want to cancel out? Okay, let's multiply. If this is negative 6, what does this need to be up here? Positive 2. 6x plus 18z equals 0. All that cancels out. I'm left with 0. 0 equals 0. Is that a true statement? Yes. So what would be your answer? So what does that mean, guys? That all three of these are the same what? Line. Yep. Infinitely. Is it missing an E? Yes, that's right. Alright. Infinitely many. I was going to say this, guys, also. Next week will probably be a crazy week. Okay? Because a lot of us will go to Auburn, yes.
Is this the same type of problem that you could get x and y by itself and plug it into the other problem? Like you get x by itself and then you plug that equation?
Yeah, but we don't do substitution on these because it would get so rough. But yes, it would be if it was two variable. How many of y'all plan to go to Auburn next week? A state championship game is very fun. Okay, because you got your walk, you got your championship walk and everything. So next week will be crazy. And Mr. Hester has to get creative in his instruction next week. So there will be videos because Mr. Hester has to finish his curriculum. So you will have to, that's what I'm saying, the next 2 weeks, you're going to be like college students, okay, and getting your stuff done. Does everybody understand? Don't come any with excuses. I won't listen to them. Okay, but go. It's a fun time. This will be my 3rd time going. Since I've been a teacher. All right. Number 4. All right. We're going to start with the first 2 equations. What do you want to cancel out here? Z, okay. If that's a negative 2, what needs to be sitting there? Positive 2, okay? So I got 3x minus 5y plus z equals 9. I'm going to multiply the top by 2. Now you might be saying, Mr. I'm not going to post a video on the night of the championship. That's what I'm not doing. I'm just saying we might have to do a little bit of extra before we leave that day. Do you understand me? Like on Monday night or Tuesday night. Does that make sense? I'm not going to give you any homework on Wednesday night of the championship game. Do you got me? But now Monday, Tuesday, Thursday's open. You got me? Okay. I don't want you going thinking I'm going to give you homework that night. Alright. I'm going to cancel these out. I have 7x minus 13y equals 10. Does everybody agree with that? Alright, now I'm going to take the middle and the last one. If I cancel out the z's here, what do I got to cancel out down here? Ooh, what number do they have in common now? I got a negative sign and a positive, so I'm good there. What number can I get both of them to be? 6 and negative 6. I'm going to multiply this by 3, this by 2. 13x minus 21y equals 6. Now I'm going to bring those two equations down. Ooh, that's not looking too good, is it? I'm going to go with canceling out the x's because 7 and 13 are smaller than 13 and negative 21. So 7 and 13, what's the number they have in common? 91 is the only thing we're going to have, isn't it? So I'm going to multiply the top by 13, bottom by negative 7. Help me out here. 13 times 7 is 91x. 13 times negative 13 is negative 169y equals 130. Negative 7 times 13 is negative 91. What's negative 7 times negative 21? That's 147. Negative 7 times 6 is negative 42. Please let this come out normal. Negative 169, positive 147. Negative 22y equals $88. Yep. So y equals negative 4. Now that I know that y equals negative 4, I go back to one of these equations right here and plug that in for y to find my x. I'm going to choose the top one. 7x minus 13y equals 10. So I get negative 6. Now that I know my x and my y, I'm going to go back to one of the original. I'm going to choose the top one. Does not matter which one you choose. I'll get 7. So my answer is 7. Oh, my answer is negative 6, negative 4, 7. Put your answers in alphabetical order, X, Y, Z. That is an order triple, and the significance of that is that's where those three lines intersect. Are we good on those? What's wrong, Jesse? But you good on the understanding? Okay. Alright. Now, let's look at our homework. It was this page 11. You keep it. Page 11. Check your 1 through 9. This 1 through 7. These are the easy ones. This is what you did in 8th grade. Number 1, 3, 5, and 7. 1 is 2, comma, negative 5. Number 3 is 5, comma, 2. Number 5 is negative 4, negative 5. And 7 is infinitely many. Are there any questions, concerns, or comments? I wish I could read Jackson Nolan's email he sent why he's absent this morning. I'll read it to you. He sent it to all his teachers. It's a good one. One of my favorites. Good morning, my so wonderful teachers. I am sorry to announce that I will be ill today and will not be in class. I've been trying to fight off this beast for a couple days. I do not want to risk my peers or any of you getting sick. I kindly ask you to set aside my makeup work to pick up and complete tomorrow. Thank you for your total understanding. That is going down in my book as one of the best emails. Alright. He ain't told me broke that to me yet. That test on Thursday. Alright, number 1, 2, 3. We're good on those? Okay. There's 7 and 9. 7 is infinitely many. Number 9 is no solution because that is not a true statement. 0 is not equal to negative 12. Alright. Number 13 is right there. 7, negative 1, and 1. If you missed that problem, you can talk within your group, see if you messed up, where you messed up, while post attendance. Here, I need you to sign up for mine. Isn't my remind information your syllabus? Somebody find their syllabus and make sure we all signed up. Okay. Jay, who's missing your group? No. Thank you. All right, let's look at the next one. Number 15, you should get 3, negative 3, and 1. Are we good on the homework? I need to go over anything. Mason, we good? Alright, let's turn to page 3 in our notes. Mason, what's our learning target for the day? I can perform operations with matrices. Okay, matrices only has 3 operations that you deal with. They do not have division. It's addition, subtraction, and multiplication, okay? Let's review from last year. This is all review. And no, you're not putting it straight in the calculator and show me down. Yeah. So, moving on from that. In adding and subtracting, Matrices. Describe to me what it had to be in order to add and subtract. They had to look what? The same. They had to have the same dimensions. Dimensions, if I was to describe a matrix, I use dimensions to describe it. Like a 3 by 3, a 2 by 3, a 1 by 4, a 4 by 2. Okay, when you describe it with dimension, what comes first? Rows or columns? Rows. Rows by column. Remember, rows, columns. Rows, columns. So let's look at A. What's the dimensions of A? A 2 by 2. How about B? How many rows do you have? 2 columns. So it's 2 by 3. C? 2 by 3. D? 1 by 2. E? 3 by 1. 3 rows. Boom, boom, boom. 1 column. 3 by 1. How about F and G? 3 by 3. H? 2 by 2. Okay. Are we good on that? So right now we're looking at add and subtract. We're going to talk about multiplying in a minute. But add and subtracting, they have to look the same. That means they have to have the same dimensions. So on number 1, we have A plus H. I look at A and I look at H. Does it look the same? Yes. So now guys, I don't require a lot of steps on this. You would add the corresponding. Each term is known as an element in the matrix. It's known as an element. So this 3 corresponds to what down here? 5. What's 3 and 5 give you? 8. 4 and 3? 7. Negative 1 and 4? 5 and negative 2. That's your answer, okay? Something like that, you can just do that. Now, number 2, you show me a little work here. It's B minus 3 times C. Well, does B and C look the same? Yes, so now guys, the way I handle this is when I multiply by this, I include that minus, that negative. So if I multiply everything in this thing by negative 3, would a negative be sitting here after I finish with that? No, because you already used that negative, okay? So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a plus there because I'm going to multiply by that negative. So what's negative 3 times negative 6? 18. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Negative 3 times negative 4 is 12. Negative 3 times 9 is negative 27. So I multiply through by that minus, so that's why you don't put that back there. There's a plus. And then you just add the corresponding elements. 7, 18 gives you 25. 0, negative 3 gives me negative 3. Negative 2 and negative 6 gives me negative 8. 4 and negative 24 gives me negative 20. Negative 3 and 12 gives me 9. Negative 5 and negative 27 gives me negative 32. Number 3 says D plus E. Does D and E look the same? So you put not possible. Is that coming back to you from last year? Number 4 is kind of an easy one. It's just negative 3 times H. So you really don't, you can just come over here. You're going to say negative 3 times everything in that matrix. So I'm just going to say negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Negative 9 and positive 6 is my answer. Oh, right there. There's my answer. Number 5, 4F plus 2G. Whew, that's a big one, isn't it? Alright, so we got 4. So I'm going to multiply everything by that 4. And then combine your elements. Are there any questions on adding or subtracting? Because we're going to take our time in multiplication. Multiplication is a little bit more complicated. Alright, number 6, you got AB. They're next to each other. So what operation does that mean? You might want to write this on notebook paper because you don't have enough room there. So I'm going to do A times B. Okay, in multiplying, your matrices do not have to look the same, but you have to check to see if it's possible. And you do this by first determining the dimensions. What's the dimensions of this one? A 2 by 2. How about this one? A what? A 2 by 3. And this is how you know if it's possible. If these two numbers right here are the same. If they are the same, that means you can multiply them. If they're not the same, you will put not possible. So, when these are the same, it produces the numbers that's on the outside, a 2 by 3. So, if these numbers are the same, it produces a matrix that is results of these two numbers, 2 by 3, okay? So, what I tell my students to do, guys, once you do this, a 2 by 3, draw a skeleton of this matrix. A skeleton to help you. A 2 by 3 would be 2 rows of 3 columns. Drew a skeleton. 2 rows, 3 columns. And this is where you remember it's row by column. You're going to multiply row by column, row by column, row by column. Then go next row. Row by column, row by column, row by column. Yes, I'm going to say that a lot till you remember that. Row by column. Alright, so here we go. So I'm going to multiply 3 by what? 7, and you put plus 4 times 0. So I said row by column, 3 times 7, 4 times 0. Once you finish a column, you go to the next blank. 3 times what? Negative 2 plus 4 times what? 4. 3 times negative 3. 4 times negative 5. Mr. Chester still has to draw the skeleton out, so please draw the skeleton out. You have to show this work on the test. Now, yes, you can check it by using the calculator if you were taught strictly by calculator last year, but you're going to show me this. Row by column, negative 1 times 7, 5 times 0. Negative 1 times negative 2 plus 5 times 4. Negative 1 times negative 3 plus 5 times negative 5. Y'all remember doing this like this last year? How many did strictly by calculator? Well, and guys, what I do is I come in my skeleton and I simplify. 3 times 7 is 21, and that gives me 0. That 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. What? Did I mess up? Okay. Negative 1 times 7 is negative 7. 5 times 0 is 0. Negative 1 times negative 2 is 2. 20. 3. And negative 25. So what I do is I just write it above it and then I go combine them. And that gives you your final answer. 21 0 is 21. 10. Negative 29. Negative 7. 22. Negative 22. And that's your answer. Now, if you want to check it using your calculator, you're more than welcome. We're going to practice this. We've got 3 more to practice, yes.
So, do we have to show these steps where we're like 3 times 7 plus 4 times 0, or can we just simplify it as we go?
If you can do it in your head, that's fine.
Okay.
But I need to see the skeleton.
Okay.
Are there any questions on number 6? Alright, number 7. D times E. Let's just look at first to see if it's possible. D is a 1 by 2. And this is a what? Okay, is that possible? No, so you put not possible. Number 8, when this is h squared, that means h times what? So h is I'm going to ask you this question. What do you think about it? You know, most of the time multiplication is commutative. Like 2 times 3 is 6 and 3 times 2 is 6. Is matrix multiplication always commutative? Would it be? No, because if you change it up, you could change the dimensions, couldn't you? So always remember, matrix multiplication is not always commutative, okay? It doesn't always work both ways. Alright, so this is a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2. These are the same, so what's going to result? It's going to be a what? A 2 by 2. So I'm going to draw my skeleton. Now, I'm going to say 5 times what number? What number? I need y'all to tell me the steps. 5 times what? 5. Very good. And then 3 times what? 4. Very good. Do we all understand that so far? Alright, now I'm going to say 5 times what? 3. And 3 times what? Very good. Stop right there because I know there's some looks here. Row by column. So the first term of this first element of this times the first element over here. Second element times the second element goes there. Then row by column. First element here, first element here. Second element, second element. Do we understand that? Are you good? I saw the look. Does that make sense? Are you sure? Okay, let's look at the next one. So I finish that row, go to the second row. Holly, so it's going to be 4 times what, hon? 5 and then negative 2 times. Very good. And then 4 times what, guys? 3 and negative 2 times what? Negative 2. I'm going to go back and look at it. It's simplified. That's 25 and 12, 15 and negative 6, 20 and negative 8, 12 and 4. So my result, 25 and 12 is 37, 9, 12, and 16. We don't spend a lot of time on this because it's boring to me. What's the whole purpose of matrices? I just want to know what you think. What do you think the purpose of them are?
Show a set of information.
That's it. To show data and be able to manipulate data. Very good, Tyler. All right, let's look at number 9. You got a 3 by 3 and a what? 3 by 3. So can you multiply 3 by 3 times a 3 by 3? Yes. So what will your result be? It'll be a big one. Why don't you start on it? I want to see what you do with that one. You can do it. Just take your time. I'm going to be working it up here silently, so if you get lost in a step, you can look up here. to take a semester called linear algebra, and the whole semester is just studying matrices. Now that is as hard as I give you in high school in this course. But if you take class in college, you might have an 8x8 times an 8x8. Or 4x4 by 4x4. It gets up there now. I had paper, graph paper that took the whole page of nothing but multiplying. Once you're done, you can look up here to see. I don't give you many. That's as hard as I'm going to give you, and I don't give you many of those because it takes too long. We're not quite done yet, guys. So don't put your stuff up. Yeah, we are. After you check your work here, you can go on and mark your homework down. It's page 11. I give you 2 systems to practice again, just to make sure 12 and 14. And then page 12, 1 through 11, all deals with stuff like this, okay? So you have 2 systems and then 6 matrices. So you have a total of 8 problems. Use your time wisely. This school day when you got some downtime, you can do your work. Are there any questions? Yes. Yes. Here. No, I need mine next week. Oh, thank you.